Merci, Sylvain. Votre bureau a toujours été une instance extrêmement appuyante à nos activités, non seulement dans le cadre de l'énergie positive, mais aussi à l'Institut sur la science, la société et la politique publique. Nous sommes très reconnaissantes envers votre appui. Bienvenue tout le monde sur le campus de l'Université d'Ottawa. Pour ceux et celles qui ne me connaissent pas, je m'appelle Monica Gattinger et comme a été mentionné, je suis présidente d'énergie positive. L'événement va se dérouler en anglais, mais si jamais vous avez des questions en français, soyez-vous bien à l'aise de les présenter en français. So I'd like to welcome all of you to this room and also to those of you who are joining us by the live webcast. We're delighted to be able to make these proceedings available via live webcast. And I cannot tell you how pleased I am to be here this evening. 3 years ago, we had a vision to create a neutral, nonpartisan, evidence-based forum to try to identify how we could strengthen public confidence in energy decision-making. We knew that we needed to bring together energy leaders from business, from government, from Indigenous communities, from environmental NGOs, and the Academy to work collectively on how we could strengthen public confidence in energy decision-making. 3 years later, here we are celebrating the conclusion of the first 3 years of positive energy. Over the course of that time, we have a growing network and list of supporters. I like to think in many ways of this network of positive energy as an expanding tent with more and more people in it who are committed collectively to working on resolving these complex challenges. The list of supporters is multiple, and without their financial assistance, we would not be able to accomplish what it is that we've been undertaking at Positive Energy. And I'd like to list those organizations for you now, many of whom have representatives here in the room. In alphabetical order, Alberta Energy, the Alberta Energy Regulator, the British Columbia Oil and Gas Commission, the British Columbia Utilities Commission, the Canadian Association of Petroleum Producers, the Canadian Electricity Association, the Canadian Energy Pipeline Association, the Canadian Gas Association, the Canadian Nuclear Safety Commission, Cenovus, Encana, and Natural Resources Canada. As you can see, these organizations represent a broad, diverse group, really encompassing the entire energy sector, both from a policy perspective, a regulatory perspective, energy sources, and regions throughout the country. So what have we accomplished over the course of the last 3 years? Not only at Positive Energy, but perhaps more importantly in Canada. What are the things that we have made progress on when it comes to strengthening public confidence in energy decision-making? And what still remains to be done? We invite you to keep those two questions at the forefront of your thinking over the next 24 hours. What have we accomplished? What still needs to be done? This is a marvelous opportunity for us to come together as a community and emerge having made some progress. For now, it gives me tremendous pleasure and honor to introduce the Minister of Natural Resources, who agreed to deliver a keynote address to open up our event. I was at an election party in October 2015, and I can remember when the results were rolling in and all of the wins coming in from across the country, and I recall seeing Jim Carr's face come up on the screen, having been the elected MP for Winnipeg Centre, and I thought, I sure hope that he gets named Minister of Natural Resources. Why did I think that? Because I knew that Minister Carr, not minister yet at that time, but I knew that Minister Carr had been one of the chief architects of the Winnipeg Consensus Group, which had brought together a wide diversity of groups very committed to working on resolving complex energy and environmental challenges in this country. That, to my mind, was precisely the kind of approach that was needed at the federal level when it came to energy. So I can remember, second thing I remember about Minister Carr, sitting in my car, listening to the announcement of who was in the cabinet, and sort of uttering a little yee-hoo when Minister Carr was indeed named Minister of Natural Resources, a post that he has held since that time. Minister Carr has been a close and committed friend of Positive Energy. supporting our work very much from the outset. He is somebody who wants the best for energy decision-making in this country, and I cannot think of a more fitting individual to deliver keynote to open up our conference today. Please join me in welcoming Minister Carr.